The number of Pikmin Bloom players from Taiwan has skyrocketed over the past couple of years. The first live event in Taiwan was a mini-walk held in Tainan City in 2024. Second, there was a full-blown tour event in Kaohsiung just last fall. And now the third live event is here. Niantic has teamed up with the Chiayi Arts Festival, a month-long event bringing the city some music, performance, and of course art. With this year's festival theme being Bloom, it was a fitting motif for this kind of collaboration. Let's see what it was all about. Take it away, Chiayi.
Hello, today is Monday, June 1st, and we are not live whatsoever from Japan.
That's right. There have been so many Pikmin Bloom events lately that I already know this video is going to come out super late. May 31st marked the end not only of the Challenge Anywhere event that we could do anywhere in the world, but also the end of the Chiayi mini walk that was taking place in Taiwan. Do you remember when I said this?
Speaking of going forward, the next live event will be the mini walk in Taiwan.
Ooh, what do you think? Maybe we can go to that one in person. Maybe. We're gonna see what we can do. Hopefully we'll get to go.
Unfortunately, as you can see, that didn't quite work out well for us.
Yeah, we were really busy traveling all around Korea, and we were not able to make the hop over to Taiwan. And plus, all the overlapping events made it really difficult to coordinate with people who were actually able to attend the mini walk.
Yeah, and although it was really difficult to find someone to send us some videos, a really big thank you to Meg who helped us during that time.
Thank you, Meg. You've saved us.
Yes, you're our hero.
Well, despite our lack of overall contributors, we're still going to do our best to show you what happened at the Chiayi mini walk. Are you ready?
Glowy Boy and I are ready.
All right, let's get a move on.
Let's go.
The Chiayi Arts Festival is organized by the Cultural Affairs Bureau of Chiayi City, which the blog describes as a citywide cultural initiative that turns the entire city into a stage, with its citizens at the heart of the experience. Through diverse performances, interactive experiences, and large-scale musical productions, it breaks down the boundaries between art and everyday life, creating an inclusive urban art celebration for all ages. The organizers even released some videos showcasing the kind of things the festival brings to the city, which we recommend watching for yourself. The Arts Festival lasted for a full month, from May 1st to May 31st, and likewise the Pikmin Bloom mini walk had the same duration. There were 8 special spots set up around the venue, and they seemed to cover a much larger distance than usual, taking between 2 to 3 hours on average to reach them all, depending on your pace. Swiping down on one would give players a gold seedling and a special postcard at each location. There was also an additional spot challenge mission that was unlocked once the players swiped down on their very first special spot of the event. After completing the mission to walk 2,000 steps, the player would be awarded a seedling that would become a red Pikmin wearing a photo button badge decor with the event logo on it. Unlike some of the past mini-walks, these special spots didn't refresh at all, so a total of 9 Pikmin and 8 postcards could be obtained from participating across the entire month. But there were 2 weekends where map and sun visor distribution booths were set up, making it the best time to attend. First, to celebrate the opening of the event, starting Friday, May 1st to Sunday, May 3rd, players could head over to Chiayi/Kano Park for some goods. Taiwan was preparing for an influx of people to Chiayi specifically in anticipation of the Pikmin Bloom mini walk. Pikmin Bloom has swept the nation and become a household name to the point that the event made national news.
Travel agencies had tried to take advantage of the trendy game by launching Pikmin-themed tour buses with tour guides that share gameplay tips and strategies.
Perhaps the Kaohsiung tour would have been just as populated had it not been for the restriction of the random lottery needing to be won in order to attend. But since mini-walks are free to attend without a participation limit, they knew a storm of Pikmin players was brewing. For comparison, those who attended the Tainan mini-walk just 2 years prior said that that event was relatively calm and everyone was able to line up orderly to receive the free gifts during the distribution time, of which there was plenty to go around. However, at Chiayi, the giveaway time was set for 10 a.m. As it turns out, if you arrived at the venue promptly at 10 a.m. on the first day, all of the allocated sun visors and maps would have already been gone. People had already started to gather around 8 a.m., and by 9, the staff had started to organize the line and handed out time tickets that would be used to redeem the goods. Unfortunately, all of the time tickets were handed out in about 10 or 20 minutes, leaving many unhappy players who were not able to get their Pikmin sun visors or maps. The official Instagram page had to put out a notice that more would be distributed the following 2 days, but many had planned to only attend on the first day and had to go home with nothing. As you can imagine, that's a bit disappointing, but at the end of the day, everything's made out of paper, so pretty much it's only good for a one-time use during the event anyway. But for those wanting a small souvenir to remember the event by, it was quite unfortunate. But also, using that same logic, it's only paper, so Niantic should really be preparing a lot more of them in advance, especially for events in Taiwan where the player base has exploded. The blog was updated to clarify the distribution process for the following 2 days. Many players expressed their frustration since Niantic would not disclose how many visors would be available each day, so you just had to line up extra early and hope you wouldn't get turned away. On Saturday, the numbered tickets ran out around 2 p.m., but luckily people commented that the distribution was much more organized compared to the first day. The same method was used on Sunday, the final day of the first set of distributions. The numbered tickets ran out at 4 p.m. In other words, it would seem that just about everyone visiting on the third day was able to go home with something. Many people thanked the staff in the comments, praising them for a job well done in the scorching 34 degrees Celsius heat. They really seemed to turn things around compared to the first day. For those unable to get a gift, they would have one more opportunity at the end of the month during the second distribution. But first, let's check out these special spots. Since the map and visors were given out at Chiayi Park, let's start things off at Special Spot H, the Chiayi City Municipal Baseball Stadium, which is right next to it. Swiping here, players could get a ball keychain decor with the name of the stadium on it. Opened in 1918, Chiayi Municipal Baseball Stadium is one of the oldest baseball stadiums in Taiwan. It witnessed important moments in baseball history, including the legendary Chiayi Agriculture and Forestry baseball team, and symbolizes the city's deep-rooted baseball culture.
Moving on to Special Spot G, the Experimental Woodyard. Players could get a DIY tool decor Pikmin. Chiayi Experimental Wood Workshop was revitalized from former staff dormitories. Combining a traditional wooden architecture with modern techniques, it serves as a hub for woodworking experiments, craftsmanship, and exchange, highlighting Chiayi's identity as a city of wood.
Up next, we have Special Spot F, the Chiayi Municipal Museum. Here, players could get a gold present sticker decor, this time guaranteed to be a purple Pikmin. Chiayi Municipal Museum showcases the city's history, nature, and industrial development, making it an important place to explore Chiayi's cultural identity. Through diverse exhibitions and interactive displays, visitors can discover the stories and local character of the city.
Swiping Special Spot E, the Eastgate Police Station, players could get a tiny book keychain decor. Chiayi Literature Museum, Dongmencho 1923, was revitalized from the historic Dongmen Police Station, built over a century ago. Its distinctive wooden structure remains a highlight. Through exhibitions and cultural programs, the museum presents Chiayi's rich literary heritage and brings literature into everyday city life.
Moving along to Special Spot D, the Central First Market, players could get a hair tie decor Pikmin. Central First Market is a circular commercial district and one of Chiayi's historic shopping areas. It reflects the city's everyday life and collective memories. In recent years, revitalization efforts and unique shops have brought new life to the area, blending tradition with modern creativity.
Up next, Special Spot C was Wenhua Park, where players could get a park seedling, this time guaranteed to become a 4-leaf clover decor Pikmin. Located in the city center near Wenhua Road Night Market, Chiayi Cultural Park is an important public space that combines green relaxation areas with urban activities. Surrounded by lawns and walking paths, it frequently hosts markets and cultural events.
At Special Spot B, Chiayi Municipal Museum, players could get a picture frame decor Pikmin. Chiayi Art Museum was restored from historic buildings dating back to the Japanese colonial period. By blending heritage architecture with contemporary design, the museum has become an important landmark showcasing Chiayi's identity as the city of painting and its vibrant artistic culture.
Not far away was Special Spot A, the Chiayi Cultural and Creative Industries Park. Aside from the gold present sticker, this was the only place that gave a decor from a special category, this time from the paint set. Chiayi Cultural and Creative Industries Park is a vibrant platform rooted in local culture, offering a wide range of art and cultural events, creative workshops, and space opportunities. It aims to integrate cultural living and everyday aesthetics into people's daily lives.
Aside from visiting the spots directly related to the mini walk, there were also places along the route that were worth seeing as well. Many people stopped by to appreciate this artist's Pikmin chair creation. It was an unofficial photo spot, but definitely in the spirit of the art festival. There were other fan-made designs too, like this purple Pikmin, which really brought some life to the walk. There was the usual giant promotional image and map display, useful for those who had to navigate the event without a paper map. And on one street corner, near the train station, there was a gigantic billboard advertising the event, for sure seen by many passing cars as they drove by. On May 19th, the Threads page made an update to the Chiayi blog. The second distribution took place on the closing weekend, May 30th and 31st, at Special Spot C, Chiayi Cultural Park. Originally, the gift distribution was meant to take place starting from 3 p.m. and going until 9 p.m., but perhaps to avoid the same problem as the first distribution, the schedule was adjusted so that it would begin 5 hours earlier at 10 a.m. Like the first time, numbered tickets were handed out starting at 9 a.m. This second distribution appeared to have gone much better. Unlike the first one, there weren't any updates regarding running out of numbered tickets, so it seemed like everyone who wanted one was able to get a map and sun visor on the closing weekend. The comments at the end were all largely positive, with the biggest complaint being the heat, and, well, based on our own experience in Kaohsiung, we completely understand. It's good to know that the major issues from the first distribution weekend were sorted out by the end.
And that pretty much covers everything that happened at the Chiayi Mini Walk.
At least everything we came across in our research.
Right, and hopefully the next event that takes place in Taiwan will get to visit in person for the full experience.
And once again, thank you, Meg. We couldn't have done it without you.
And thank you all so much for coming along with us on a virtual tour of the Chiayi Arts Festival Mini Walk. And until next time, well, wait, where's the next one gonna be?
Seattle!
Seattle, right, Seattle. Well, I said it once and I'll say it again. Maybe we'll get to visit that one in person. Maybe. We're gonna try. But until then,
See you!